Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a video response for Jayson at MrFisherbike. He asked us to do a video response answering two questions. First is, what do we watch on YouTube and why? And also, what do we collect and why? So I'll start with YouTube. Um, when I first started watching videos on YouTube, I really like to watch the top cards in my collection videos. I really enjoyed those. I like watching videos where I get to see what other people have in their collection. I get to learn about cards that I might not have seen before, something that might be rare or an obscure set or something like that. So I enjoy watching those videos. Then I started watching more kind of informational videos about things like how to submit to PSA and get a better grade, how to be more effective purchasing cards on eBay, things like that. So I started really moving. Well, I always watch my favorite, top cards in my collections. I always will watch those. Those are my favorite kind of videos. But then I added the informational videos, and then I started watching TTM videos. A few of the early subscribers in my channel, a few of the folks that supported the channel real early do TTM, so I subscribed to their channels and I kind of got into it. I don't personally do TTM. I don't send anything out for signature, but I do enjoy watching it. It is interesting to see, who will sign, who won't sign and will send it back, who won't sign and won't send it back, right? So that's always interesting and fun. And then recently, I started watching more videos about when people show kind of individual, very rare cards in their collection, especially very rare vintage. I really enjoy that. It's always, to me, it's always fun seeing things that I've never seen before. I like to learn new things about the hobby and about collecting, and that's one of the ways I found that I learn more is watching these videos and learning about cards and sets that I didn't know existed. So I would say net for what I watch and why. I watch all kinds of videos on cards, on memorabilia, on collecting, informational, and then also videos obviously where people show stuff. I find it all interesting, so I enjoy it all. I enjoy the hobby in general, so I really like to see how other people enjoy the hobby and what they do and how they get fulfillment out of their collecting. So the second question was, what do I collect, right? So I'll say for me, when it comes to collecting, I would call myself I would say maybe an focused collector. So, I have my goal cards and I strive to complete those sets, but I also honestly will buy anything that catches my eye. So currently, the goal sets that I have that I'm going after are the 50 greatest baseball player rookie cards of all time, with the exception of Babe Ruth. I'm going to go with his 33 Gaudy. I can't afford his M1015, even in a authentic at this point. And then the other sets I'm going after are the 500 Home Run Club rookie cards, the 3,000 Hit Club rookie cards, the 300 Win Club rookie cards. That's probably going to be the toughest. There's some old school pitchers who only had maybe like one or two cards, all from the 1800s in the 300 Win Club. Back in the day where pitchers would start every other game and basically throw complete games every other game. Guys that had 30 plus wins in a season, kind of guys back in the 1800s. Those are going to be tougher to complete. Upside is every single member of the club has a card. Some of them are just incredibly rare and hard to find. And then one of the clubs actually just completed recently, I did a video on, was the 3,000 Strikeout Club. I just completed the rookies of all the members of the 3,000 Strikeout Club. But I would say that my focused collecting versus my unfocused collecting is more budgetary, right? So I spend more money on cards that are my goal cards, where I'm more quote unquote focused on collecting those, versus when I see other things I'm interested in, both cards, memorabilia, etc. I'll buy them just because I find them interesting, but I'll typically spend less money on those. Anything that I'm spending, what I would call more of an investment grade purchase, not because I'm planning to sell it, but just because from a pricing perspective, I think that that budgetary number is kind of different for everybody. But when I look at those higher end cards, more expensive cards, they're typically, I'm only going to buy those if they're in one of the goal sets that I'm going after. I also like doing card breaks. I've been doing some videos of those, not so much because I'm hoping to get like a big hit from an 80s or 90s pack, but more just because it's nostalgic. I used to open those same packs as a kid, so it's fun to go back and reopen them now and just, remember what it was like as a kid getting those packs and doing the pack breaks and seeing some of these players where back then you're like, wow, this is the next Hall of Famer, the next big all-star, and then their careers fizzled out. Or hey, who's this guy? I've never heard of this guy. And then he ends up being a Hall of Famer, right? So that for me is fun. So I would say from a collecting perspective, net, I buy cards from any sport. I collect cards from any sport. I collect autographs. I collect memorabilia, ticket stubs, etc. I think at the end of the day, I like what I like, and I buy the items that I'll know that I'll enjoy for the long term. The only thing really with my collecting that's pretty concrete is that I don't sell anything, right? So the way I look at it is kind of the way you buy some of these, long-term stocks for your portfolio. I'm not saying that baseball card investing is an investment, that it's collecting. I do it for fun, but the way I look at it is I'm not going to buy something if I plan on selling it. So I'm only buying it if I know I'm going to like it and I'm going to want to hold on to it and look at it for the long term, because I have no intention of actually selling anything that I buy. So if I buy it, it stays in the collection, and that's how I validate whether or not it's something I want to buy. Is, does it clear the bar of, is it going to stay in the collection or not? Well, thank you guys. That's kind of what I watch and why I watch it, and what I collect and why I collect it. I always enjoy doing these video responses, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Please subscribe if you like the video. Talk soon.